Welcome back to ABC General Hospital Spoilers channel. Today we will learn about the explosive developments brewing in Port Charles this Wednesday, January 28, where danger lurks around every corner and secrets threaten to unravel at the worst possible moments. Tracy Quartermaine finds herself in quite the predicament as she sets her sights on retrieving a precious gift that's currently trapped inside Drew, Kane's residence. This particular item holds tremendous sentimental value, and Tracy has convinced herself that it rightfully belongs back in Quartermaine hands, where it's always belonged. The heirlooms in question represent generations of family history artifacts that have been passed down through the Quartermaine lineage for decades, and Tracy refuses to let them remain in Drew's possession any longer than necessary. Mother Nature, however, has decided to throw a massive wrench into Tracy's carefully calculated plans. A ferocious blizzard is rapidly approaching Port Charles, bringing with it treacherous conditions that would make any sensible person think twice about venturing outdoors. But Tracy Quartermaine has never been one to let common sense stand in the way of her objectives. She views this incoming storm as the perfect cover for her covert operation, figuring that Drew won't expect anyone foolish enough to brave such dangerous weather. The swirling snow and reduced visibility will provide excellent camouflage as she makes her way to his property under the cover of the tempest. What Tracy hasn't factored into her scheme is just how quickly this blizzard will intensify and how easily even the most well-laid plans can go sideways when dealing with Mother Nature's fury. Tracy's vehicle will inevitably become stuck in the mounting snowdrifts, leaving her completely stranded and vulnerable in the freezing conditions. The irony of her situation won't be lost on anyone who knows Tracy's typically meticulous nature when it comes to planning. Here she is, one of Port Charles's most formidable personalities, trapped and helpless because she underestimated the raw power of a winter storm. The question now becomes how long she'll remain stuck, and whether anyone will even realize she's missing before hypothermia becomes a serious concern. Across town at the Metro Court, Carly Corinthos is spending quality time with both Charlotte Cassadine and her mother, Lulu Spencer, trying to create some semblance of normalcy for the young girl who has been through so much turmoil recently. The atmosphere seems pleasant enough on the surface, but Carly recognizes the restlessness brewing beneath Charlotte's calm exterior. When the opportunity presents itself for a private conversation, Carly seizes the moment to deliver what she hopes will be a compelling warning about the dangers of continuing these secret meetings with Valentine. Cassadine in hidden locations. Carly pulls Charlotte aside and speaks to her with genuine concern, emphasizing in the strongest possible terms how critical it is that Charlotte stops these clandestine attic reunions with her father. She explains that if Charlotte truly wants to help Valentine, the absolute best thing she can do is prioritize her own safety and well-being above everything else. Carly tries to make Charlotte understand that putting herself in danger doesn't actually help her father, it only gives him more to worry about and potentially puts both of them in even greater jeopardy. The plea is heartfelt and logical, delivered with all the maternal wisdom Carly can muster. Unfortunately, Charlotte Cassadine has developed quite the reputation for selective hearing when it comes to adult warnings and safety instructions. Her track record shows a pattern of impulsive decisions and a stubborn determination to follow her own path regardless of the consequences or the well-meaning advice from those around her. True to form, Charlotte will completely disregard Carly's cautionary words and seize the first available opportunity to slip away unnoticed when everyone's attention is diverted elsewhere. Her mysterious disappearance will trigger alarm bells throughout Port Charles as concerned family members realize the young girl has vanished yet again, setting off a frantic search that will escalate dramatically as the days progress. Meanwhile, Sonny Corinthos is engaging in a serious discussion with Jason Morgan about the increasingly complicated situation involving Britt Westbourne. Sonny completely understands Jason's motivations for wanting to keep tabs on Britt and offer her assistance during this dangerous period. After all, Jason has always been someone who protects people he cares about, regardless of the personal risk involved. However, Sonny's years of experience in navigating treacherous situations have taught him to always consider worst-case scenarios, and he can't shake his deep-seated concerns about how this arrangement might blow up in Jason's face. Sonny articulates his worry that Britt could potentially turn against Jason if circumstances force her hand or if the pressure becomes too intense for her to handle. Betrayal often comes from unexpected sources, and even people with the best intentions can crack when pushed to their absolute limits. Despite Sonny's legitimate reservations and warnings about the potential dangers, Jason remains completely unwavering in his determination to maintain surveillance on Britt and provide whatever support she needs. He's made his decision and he's sticking to it, come what may. Fully aware that this choice could have serious repercussions, but willing to accept those risks. Elsewhere, Jocelyn Jax has taken matters into her own hands by reaching out to Brick, knowing that his particular set of skills and resources could prove invaluable in her quest for the truth. Jack Brennan's threatening words were meant to scare her into backing off and abandoning her investigation. But Jocelyn isn't the type to be easily intimidated by menacing warnings. Her determination to uncover answers has only intensified since Brennan tried to shut her down, and she's prepared to take bold, potentially dangerous steps to get the information she desperately needs. Brick's involvement suggests that Jocelyn is planning something considerably risky, a move that could expose her to serious danger, but also might finally crack open the secrets that have been so carefully guarded at Sidwell's imposing castle. Lucas Jones has stumbled upon an extremely awkward and tension-filled conversation between Britt Westbourne and Marco Rios, walking in at precisely the wrong moment and catching them in the middle of what is clearly a sensitive discussion. The uncomfortable energy in the room is palpable, and Lucas can immediately sense that something significant is being concealed from him. Now Marco and Britt find themselves in the unenviable position of having to manufacture a believable explanation for Britt's unexpected presence at the castle on extremely short notice. Neither Marco nor Britt can risk revealing anything about the highly classified cold fusion project that Jen Sidwell has been developing in secret. The stakes are far too high, and the consequences of disclosure would be catastrophic. Instead, they'll have to concoct a plausible alternative story, perhaps claiming that Britt is consulting on some other type of research, that Sidwell has commissioned something that sounds legitimate enough to satisfy Lucas's curiosity without exposing the true nature of the dangerous work being conducted within these walls. Their improvised cover story will need to be convincing because Lucas isn't easily fooled. Despite whatever explanation they manage to provide, Lucas can't shake the feeling that Sidwell has made a terrible miscalculation by bringing Britt Westbourne into his operation. Armed with his personal knowledge of Britt's complicated history and unpredictable nature, Lucas feels compelled to issue a warning to Sidwell about exactly who he's chosen to involve in his plans. The preview video captures Lucas delivering a pointed declaration that cuts right to the heart of his concerns about this arrangement. "I don't think you have any idea the amount of crazy you just invited into your home," Lucas states emphatically, his voice carrying both warning and incredulity at Sidwell's apparent lack of awareness regarding Britt's volatile track record. Lucas knows from first-hand experience just how quickly situations involving Britt can spiral out of control, and he's trying to sound the alarm before it's too late. Whether Sidwell will heed this warning or dismiss it as irrelevant remains to be seen, but Lucas has made his position crystal clear. In a completely different location, Anna Devane remains trapped in captivity, her patience worn down to nothing as she continues to endure this psychological torture. The person claiming to be Caesar Faison, or whoever is orchestrating this elaborate charade, has been playing mind games with her, appearing in shadows and speaking from concealed positions without ever fully revealing themselves. Anna has reached her breaking point with these theatrical games, and she's demanding with fierce intensity that her captors stop hiding like a coward and show their face immediately. She's tired of the mystery and manipulation, and she wants concrete answers about who is behind this kidnapping and what they ultimately want from her. The spoilers indicate that Anna will receive a visitor very soon. But the real question is whether this encounter will involve an actual person or simply another cruel hallucination designed to break her spirit. Given everything Anna has endured during her captivity, distinguishing between reality and manufactured visions has become increasingly difficult. Is someone genuinely coming to see her? Or is her mind playing tricks on her after days of isolation and psychological warfare? The answer to that question could determine whether Anna's situation is about to improve or descend into even darker territory.